But it's Friday, right? That's a good thing. November 21st. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
Michael LaRosa Adelle Caballero is still watching the situation at the Bronx Expressway. We're going to get onto that in a second. But before LaRosa here with a look at today's forecast. So some clouds, maybe a little rain coming down?
Some clouds, no rain right now, so I know that looks pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
But as far as weather goes, we are still looking dry. Just so the clouds have moved in. Still, the radar, though, is clear and dry as we look into Nassau County right now. We can see 41 at Central Park, 40 in Islip and Massapequa close to that, 47 currently at Central Park. So the cloud cover helping to keep temperatures up a little bit. So that chill that we've had the last few days, not quite so this morning. There's the system that's going to help roll this way and help bring us those showers, but really late tonight. So from start to finish, just about, it is going to be dry. It's going to be gray. Temperature wise, 47 at 11 o'clock. 52 degrees will be the high today. You can see the clouds continuing. It will be about after midnight that we start to see those showers move in. More details on that in a bit. But at 6 a.m., a mess out there traffic-wise, Adele.
Yes, definitely a mess. A big mess right now on the Bronx Expressway. Eastbound side, all lanes remain completely shut down here from exit 2A, that's Jerome Avenue, to 2B, Webster Avenue, because of a jackknife tractor trailer. As you can imagine, just a solid ride through the area. You have rubbernecking delays on the westbound side, too. And those eastbound delays have trickled all the way back to the George Washington Bridge, with traffic at a standstill there. And the Grand Central Parkway eastbound also has a crash by Jewel Avenue, exit 11. That's all for now. Back to you, Michael.
All right, Adele, thank you very much. Today, Maryland.
Meanwhile, some congressional Democrats say their lives are in danger after President Trump accused them of sedition and suggested that they be put to death. The White House is downplaying the president's social media posts and calling the Democrats' message dangerous. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington. 6:08 now. Maria LaRosa looking at the weather on this Friday.
Yeah, pretty dark here. Not Manhattan. This is Staten Island. But for now, the roadways are dry. We're tracking those showers to fall between late tonight and early tomorrow as temperatures hold in the 50s, even through Sunday with some sunshine. More showers next week. Timing is critical, so I'm going to take a look at how that impacts travel here and across the country coming up in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks so much. Also ahead.
Bronx Expressway is still completely shut down eastbound because of that accident with a jackknife tractor trailer between exits 2A and 2B. And on top of that, now we are going to head outside to the George Washington Bridge because we also have a crash on the inbound lower level. Delays over 60 minutes coming up. We are going to help you get around it. Darlene, Michael.
Thank you. And you can move.
We think it's such a great thing, Maria, because, you know, you can't always make it to the Planetarium. The Planetarium can come to you.
Well, now that I know that they make those,
you're going to get one.
She's on Amazon right now.
I might have to, but I love that, you know, it's something that kids can see every day in their lives and know that that's physics, thermodynamics, science, all in action. You know, I love that.
Super.
I know.
Same way I feel about weather, too. You look out the window, you know that this is thermodynamics and physics and chemistry all happening, in math, too, in real time. We've got the low clouds out there, so no starry skies right now as we look up to this beautiful icon, Empire State Building, right now from Earth Cam. And then we look into Nassau County, you see the sort of this fuzzy edge to the clouds here. Shout out to one of my favorite weather observers, Tracy Strahan. She says, text me, there's precipitation. So I think she's feeling some mist out there. So something to keep in mind as you prepare for bundling up a bit today and out the door now. 42 right now, JFK. The winds are light, but some of that humidity has come in. So yeah, we may be feeling a little misty out there. It will be close to average temperature-wise, so we're getting up into the low 50s. That may feel a little bit better than the last few days, but it does stay gray. So we're expecting mostly cloudy skies again, maybe a little mist out there now. But the precipitation that you'll really need, the windshield wipers and the umbrella, that starts to pick up after midnight. You can see the bulk of it happening by tomorrow morning. Most areas drying out by the middle of the day. Then we get to see some sunshine here. So if you are traveling, it's most of the rain with this next system is off to our south. High pressure helps us out for the rest of the weekend and early next week. And you can see by late Tuesday, some of these showers from this next storm system begin to move in. Again, you don't see anything that stands out as terribly heavy, but being a busy travel day, it doesn't take too much. And certainly by Wednesday, with some wind and snow through the Midwest, we'll keep an eye on that. But it does still look good for the actual Thanksgiving forecast with temperatures near 50 degrees. We'll watch the winds for parade time. So today, 52 degrees, not a ton of sunshine, mostly cloudy skies. And then the rain moves in overnight tonight. We stay in the mid and upper 40s to about 51 tomorrow for the high. More sunshine on Sunday. Looks good Monday and Tuesday. There's that system on Wednesday. Gets us up to 58 degrees, but behind it, yeah, a bit of a cool down, you'd say. Highs only in the low 40s by Saturday. All right, 616, almost 617 on the nose. Terrible out there, Adele.
Yes, terrible is the perfect word for it, actually, at least for the Cross Bronx Expressway. Eastbound side, all lanes are still completely shut down. Exit 2A out to exit 2B because of a crash involving a jackknife tractor trailer. I'm also hearing there's a fuel spill, so it's a big mess out there. Delays are picking up on the Major Deegan into the Cross Bronx, and now on top of that, GWB inbound lower deck. You've also got an accident there taking out a lane. Delays right now are hovering around 60 to 70 minutes. We will, of course, keep you posted on that. If you are heading out to the Lincoln Tunnel, you've got about 30 minutes there, about 25 coming in from the Holland Tunnel and the Grand Central Parkway westbound. Also watch for a crash by 188th Street. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele.
Good morning, everybody. 6:30 a.m. on this Friday. It's November 21st. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero's here. 2 crashes causing some really big problems.
Big problem,
now.
yeah.
Yes. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa has the forecast.
Yeah, well, the weather is pretty quiet, so that's somewhat helpful. But we do have the clouds that are back, and it's a pretty gray picture out there. Yes, the rainfall, though, holding off all day as we look at Point Pleasant Beach out there. The water is calm. Those winds are calm. We have 47 now at Central Park, Newark at 45. We're at 37 in Bridgeport, 40 in Islip. But again, you see the blanket of clouds, nothing on the radar. With that said, it's maybe a little misty out there. We've had the dew points rise by about 10 degrees compared to this time yesterday. That's signifying some of that moisture returning to the atmosphere after being really dry. And we also do have some patchy dense fog through portions of eastern Pennsylvania, the Delaware River Valley. So again, if you're traveling, just a heads up there. Otherwise, it stays gray. By noontime, 49 degrees, headed up to about 52. It's pretty close to average for temperatures this time of year. And again, with the rainfall not arriving until late and not an issue for the evening commute, at least weather-wise. All right, at 6:30, though, it's trouble, lots of trouble spots here for the commute this morning, Adele.
Yes, especially if you're trying to make your way into the Bronx right now. It is not going to be an easy go. Cross Bronx Expressway eastbound remains completely shut down. Exit 2A out to exit 2B because of a crash involving a jackknife tractor trailer. There's a fuel spill, too. So it's just a complete mess here. You can see by the Hamilton Bridge down below here. That's the Major Deegan. Delays have backed up there. And on top of that, George Washington Bridge inbound lower level also has a crash taking out a lane. Delays at about 75 minutes. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you. 6:31 right now. Today, the first face-to-face between Mayor-elect Zoran Mandani and President Donald Trump happening at the White House. The incoming mayor says he's ready for whatever happens. Today, New York's high-profile people like that
Brian
bringing
Cashman,
attention to it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we got to get you ready. It is Friday. And get the kids at the bus stop today. Just dry through the neighborhood, but definitely gray on the cool side, getting closer to average, though, than yesterday. That's for sure. 49 at lunchtime and still dry after school, 52 degrees by then. But looking at some early morning activities tomorrow, could be damp. We'll time out the latest round of rainfall in the 10-day.
Thank you. And still ahead, a cat's tail.
If you are heading onto the Cross Bronx Expressway, you are not going to love it right now. Eastbound side remains completely shut down. Exits 2A out to 2B because of a crash involving a jackknife tractor trailer. We're going to head outside right now to the George Washington Bridge. We've also got a crash here on the inbound lower level. Right now, you've got 90-minute delays coming up. We're going to help you get around it. Darlene, Michael.
Thank you. And you can
Darlene on the
like
couch.
low impact, just pretty, you know.
That's
Not spinning too fast.
No,
That's right.
No
Lovely
chaos.
And she'll be dressed in Victorian clothing.
I will.
As one does.
I am
As
today.
one does.
I'm such a...
With a bonnet.
I love it. Pictures, please. I want an Instagram story on that one. All right. We've got some misty conditions out there, low cloudiness at least as we take a view from Earth Cam. Definitely a gray picture right now, and you can see Central Park. So visibility is okay right now, but you may be feeling a little bit of that drizzle. Tracy Strahan has, just FYI, our weather observer in the field. But the more of the rainfall, the steadier rain, that's picking up late tonight. So even the evening drive should be dry, but you can see by tomorrow morning that steadier rain, and then it tapers off by midday. And we're actually talking about some sunshine later on. So kind of fine-tuning this forecast for you. Again, overnight, we see some generally light showers, temperatures in the 40s. So it is all rainfall, and you can see that continuing By the time we get to 7, 8 in the morning, especially north and west, we do start to dry out. By about midday, maybe some showers still lingering from Eastport and Suffolk County into parts of Connecticut, Bridgeport included. Those finally exit, and we're talking about dry and clear heading into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Picking up maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so across the area, less amounts, fewer raindrops to fall here and through the Hudson Valley. We're already eyeing the next system here too, maybe picking up about 1/4 of an inch to at most 1/2 an inch. This is the one that could slow down a little bit of that pre-holiday travel. So it's front number 1, that's Friday into Saturday. That clears. High pressure for the most part, keeping us dry. The exception will be that quick little disturbance through New England as we get into Sunday, but then allowing those temperatures to bump up into the 50s by Tuesday and into Wednesday before the cold front sweeps on through. This is definitely going to knock those temperatures down and not just bring us a November chill, but we're going to be thoroughly feeling like December. I'll show you that forecast in a second. We're at 47 now, and again, mostly cloudy skies, up to 52. 47 degrees overnight tonight, and highs tomorrow just around 51 with those showers wrapping up. So travel weather-wise across the region looking good through Tuesday. By Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's the next rainmaker. Thanksgiving looking breezy and cool, but cold heading into next weekend. All right, 6:47 now. A mess out there, Adele.
Yes, a mess to say the least. Right now, cross Bronx Expressway, and not where you want to be and not where you want to be heading to right now. Cross Bronx Expressway eastbound side over by Jerome Avenue heading out to Webster Avenue. All lanes remain shut down for a crash with a jackknife tractor trailer. There's a fuel spill, so it's going to be out there for a while. And those delays right now have trickled onto the major Deegan Expressway heading all the way back to the George Washington Bridge here as well. That inbound lower level crash has cleared out, but you are already seeing over 90-minute delays. Lincoln Tunnel or the Holland Tunnel would be much better options for you. 80 eastbound over by exit 30. You've got an accident here taking out 2 lanes, and also watch for this crash on the Grand Central Parkway westbound by 188th Street. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for streaming with us. It's Friday, November 21st. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero tracking a challenging day on the roads for people, especially coming in from the Bronx. Storm Team 4s or coming into the Bronx. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa here with a look at today's forecast.
Yeah, it's never good when the cameras look like they're still in frozen.
Yeah,
you think it's frozen.
And that's traffic, right?
Yeah, it's tough. But weather-wise, fairly quiet. It's just kind of gray and misty out there. Maybe not inspiring you to head out. So in some of those spots, maybe don't. Adele's going to catch you up on everything you need to know in just a second. But weather-wise, again, we're sort of on that dry nook of the country where we're watching that area of low pressure. That's the next rainmaker. That moves in late tonight. So in the meantime, the radar stays quiet today. Again, a little mist out there, certainly the cloud cover. So it's a gray one. We've got 50 degrees by 1 o'clock, on our way up to 52. Even through the evening drive, skies are dry. It will be late tonight. So really for most after midnight, we see some showers, generally light, but that does take us through the morning hours, and that could impact some of the travel then. But talk about impact on travel now, Adele. It is rough out there.
Yes, definitely rough for anyone trying to head into the Bronx right now. I encourage you to think twice. Cross Bronx Expressway eastbound side. This is just completely shut down here. And as Maria mentioned, it's not good when you have to look at the camera shots and wonder, is it frozen? And I have had to do that a couple times this morning because traffic just not moving here. There's a jackknife tractor trailer, exit 2A out to exit 2B. And as a result, you can also expect to see over 90-minute delays at the George Washington Bridge. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
All right, thank you. Well, New York.
We do want to check in with Maria right now, taking a look at our weather right now and looking at the wind, Maria.
Yeah, not much to it, right? But it's changed direction. We started to see a lot more of that humidity come in. It's a little misty out there. But as far as that steadier rain, that picks up overnight tonight, wraps up tomorrow. That's just one part of the story. We've got temperatures holding near 50 through the weekend. Another round of rainfall, another bump up in temperatures. How long that lasts in the 10-day.
All right, Maria, thanks so much. Still to come. So it's been
hitting big issues coming out of the Bronx. Still completely shut down here on the Cross Bronx Expressway eastbound between exits 2A and 2B because of a crash. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to break down all the details you need to know. Here's a live look outside right now, though, onto the George Washington Bridge, where you've got 90-minute delays. You're watching Today in New York.
I love it. Like astronomy and, of course, meteorology.
Yeah.
It's physics, thermodynamics, math, all.
She loves this stuff.
That's it.
Look out the window.
You know those thermodynamics.
In action. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, not much of the plain sky to see right now because we have a lot of cloud cover. This is from EarthCam. Still a cool view, though. We can see Central Park and the Hudson River, but we are expecting less of this mistiness and more of the rainfall, the steady rain. Timing-wise has not changed a lot, so that's good. We can rely on that. Really beginning to pick up after midnight. The bulk of it done by, say, late morning tomorrow, wrapping up by the early afternoon for most of us. So kind of fine-tuning it. We're stuck in the gray skies today with temperatures that will still manage get into the low 50s. So that's pretty close to average. You can see overnight some of those showers on the light side, chilly in the 40s, but by 7, 8 a.m. already beginning to see that wind down north and west. Maybe some lingering a little bit later for Long Island and Connecticut right along the I-95 corridor. Something to keep in mind if you're doing any driving. Other than that, we see the skies clear for Saturday night. By the time we see this front clear, we're looking at high pressure build-in. So for the most part, that keeps us pretty protected from any big major storm system during the prime time travel time of Sunday and into Monday. Tuesday, we see this next system get going, and that's going to bring us some rain showers. Again, any other day, we wouldn't be making remarks about this too much here because it's not high impact rainfall. The winds aren't going to be too bad here as we get into Tuesday evening, but because it is a big travel period, we'll watch not just our airports, but also back into parts of the Midwest. So from Minneapolis and Chicago, could see some very gusty conditions here on Thursday. As you can see, that may be something to watch for the parade. Nothing that's really red flagging now. And as far as the rain totals, again, not terrible here. We're talking about 1/10 to an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. But we go to Friday, another big travel day. Looks okay here. But I want to show you and point your attention to the temperatures. We've got some very cold air coming in behind that front. Minneapolis highs in the 20s on Friday. We're going to stay in the 40s. And from Chicago to Detroit, we're talking about highs in the 30s. So that's going to sort of set the tone into next week. Some very chilly air moving in. Today is sort of just close to average. 50 by 1 o'clock, 52 by 3 p.m. That's our high. You can see staying mostly cloudy, staying dry until after midnight into tomorrow morning. Again, by Tuesday into Wednesday, we managed to warm up ahead of that system in the mid and upper 50s, and then temps tumble here. Thanksgiving still in pretty good shape. All right, not in good shape, the morning commute, Adele.
Yeah, definitely not in good shape at all here. Cross Bronx Expressway, though, I do have an update. We do have one lane getting by right now on the eastbound side. It has been shut down up until now between exit 2A and 2B. This is because of a crash involving a jackknife tractor trailer with a fuel spill. So it is still a big mess out there. And you can see here by the Hamilton Bridge, traffic remains at a standstill. If you look down below here, Major Deegan Expressway, traffic has backed up all the way to exit 11 for Van Cortlandt Park South. So definitely an area that you're not going to want to be in as much as possible. You do want to avoid that. And of course, delays have trickled back to the George Washington Bridge with 90-minute delays there. If you needed to make your way into the city, you've got the Lincoln Tunnel. Delays are at about 35 to 40 minutes there, 30 minutes at the Holland Tunnel. And if you are making your way out to your rails right now, your 2, 3, NR, and E trains, expect to see service changes. As a reminder, alternate side parking rules and meter rules are also in effect for today. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much. More signs of the holiday season appearing all over the city, including outside 2 iconic department stores.
Both Bergdorf Goodman and the flagship Macy's at Herald Square have